Attorney,
Hey everyone, Brad Davidzik.
and Brad's being helped tonight by Emily, who's right behind me. We're hiding her in the back here. Okay. There are some changes, resolution number 16, we'll get into this with the regular meeting as well, but there's been a lot of discussion about the ZBA members. We've had a couple more people put in for it today, so there's enough people for the ZBA to function at this point for their next meeting, giving the town board a couple extra weeks to come up with the specific people who are going to be in there. So we also have time to do a little vetting on everybody. Okay, so we're going to stop it right after the first chairman pick there. Okay? Any other changes? Okay, well, we did change, the salaries were corrected, right?
Yeah.
For the Youth Bureau? Just wanted to make sure they got done. Okay, anybody not familiar with the work session, what we do is we go around to the different department heads and give the board some time to discuss anything they want to discuss. Board, anything we need to discuss at this point before we turn it over to the department heads? Yes, sir.
On the reorg, so question is, I know you were saying Carmen was the only one that interviewed for that position.
Yeah, he was the only one from the town, and we give the town people the opportunity to interview it first before we go outside of the town.
So in
yes.
reorg, he's under Parks and Rec as the crew chief.
Correct.
But not under buildings
Correct.
still.
Yeah, he
But-
accepted the parks and chief, but we'd like, I recommended in the email I sent to you that we keep it together for now, but we got to actually put it back together, we got to do it by resolution.
Right, but don't we have to do resolution because it's not an appointment? We have to do a resolution for him to get that position, just like Brad is here on,
Yeah, he's
On it
part of the
today.
reorg, he's listed in the, Carmen's listed as a reorg.
right, but we
Yeah,
have to
that's-
do a resolution to
That is-
hire him.
That is that is
Part
the
of the
resolution.
So that's the resolution.
Yeah, 'cause Brad's on it.
Okay, I thought we needed a separate resolution for that.
No,
Can be all grouped in.
Okay. I just, yeah, because I know we did it, for Bruce, I know we're doing it for, he's on the reorg, but we have a resolution for him in a
I
separate
don't think Bruce
resolution.
was, well, see, I wasn't here when Bruce was hired, but I think Bruce was hired like outside of the reorg time, so that's why there was a
Yeah,
separate
exactly.
resolution.
Emily, what, am I right, wrong? I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause it's the first meeting of the year, so it'll just be that reorg resolution.
Okay, for that hire for him to take
Yeah.
that position. Okay.
yeah, so we can have
So
that
I
one
was just-
covered. Yeah, no problem. Anything else?
I did want to add that we still have listed on the town website that we have an ethics board, but we don't have an ethics board yet, so I think we need to, we don't have to obviously discuss it right now, but I think we need to take a look at the different people that have been interested and.
Okay.
Or we have to take it off, like it's one or the other.
Yeah, since you did bring it up, it was taken off by the former town attorney, and then Jennifer said we had to have it. Since that point in time, I think she said we didn't, so the attorneys can check into that. But, yeah, I think we should start again, set a very specific date that we're going to choose the people from.
Yes.
And when you ask whoever is interested, you also got to hear from them what their affiliation is as far as politically, because we can only have so many Republicans, so many conservatives, so many, whatever. The Democrat, it's very specific as to who's got to be on that ethics board. So it's going to kind of be up to the town board how they want to handle that. All right? And, yeah, I don't think we had any of the affiliations for anybody during that whole time period as to who was who, what their affiliation was, and I don't even think we had enough people.
We didn't have enough.
Yeah, okay. All right, so if we want it, it's up to us. So send me an email, and then we'll check into all those things. All right, but again, last thing we heard from Jennifer, it wasn't absolutely necessary to do it. But
Okay.
let's get that in writing.
Firm, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we're going to go around the room, talk to the department heads, and Diane, we'll start with you. What do you got?
Not a whole lot. We're at the very beginning of the town and county taxes, so you can expect a nice letter from me in a couple of weeks.
Okay, isn't today some nice Italian holiday?
La Bufana, for any Italians who know.
All right. She's telling
John?
me that all morning long, so.
John?
It's tonight, and La Bufana is kind of like a witch, and she was asked by the wise man how to get to the manger where the baby Jesus lay, and she wasn't interested, and so she didn't go. And then afterwards, she felt bad, and she couldn't find it. So from then onward, she goes around on the night of January 5th and leaves candy in children's shoes. That's an Italian folklore.
Thank you very much. Ed Schiller, what do you got?
Nothing as good as that, right?
Yeah, try to top that, Ed.
Nothing. It was quiet. It's quiet over the holidays. We do have to make a decision on the Ellicott Creek. I know I've sent you guys some emails on what we want to do with that, and we got to get back to FEMA which way we want to go on that.
Do we have the final report as to what they recommended and everything?
Well, we have the 60% report, which is what I'd sent, and
Okay.
we're at the point where if we don't get more residents willing to be involved with giving up some of their land, it makes no sense to do the project.
Yeah, well, the town board, when they agreed to that, if I remember correctly, it was to find out what the plan of attack was.
Right.
And take a look at it at that point.
Right,
So
I mean,
I
yeah,
think
and
we've
the-
done that.
Well, yeah, the 60% report made some assumptions that if we got all this land, this is what we could do. But we're at the point where we don't have all the land that they were assuming we got.
Okay,
So they're at the point where, you know, if we can't get all the land that we're thinking we're gonna get,
right, there's nothing we can do.
there's nothing we can do. So it comes down to the residents, if they wanna participate to help solve the problem, or if they don't, well, then we can't solve the problem.
Because the water would have to go onto their land.
Correct.
And nobody wants to have that done at this point.
Right.
Is it going on their land now?
Well, not where they want it. I mean, this would be a little bit more controlled as far as.
So, I mean, I don't know if we could have a meeting with them.
They've been reaching out to them?
Well, yeah, we sent letters out to everybody.
They identify, like, they need Mark Burkhart's land for the water to run off on. They reached out to those people and they don't want to do it.
But do they understand that where it is now on their land is not where they want it, but this, they could possibly say,
Yeah, I mean,
This is-
obviously, if they build the flood benches as they're being proposed, it would remove some of the other flooding that's going on. But,
so maybe,
you know,
Again, I guess we could have a public meeting and just see if anybody wants
yeah,
to
invite the residents.
change their mind
specifically-
about.
Invite the residents specifically, and I can have the consultant come in and say, hey, this is what, you know, here's the pros and cons, what would you guys like to do?
yeah.
Right.
To give them all the information and
Yeah.
have them ask questions.
But on the other hand, you're also going to create a situation where, yeah, the water should go on your land, you don't want it, now you're saying it should go on my land. I mean, again,
That, yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah,
kind of-
yeah, that's what, I mean, that's
so
what
that
happened.
could be a- That could be a problem.
Yeah.
So, they have been reaching out to them, but again, we'll think about that and maybe have it. Okay?
Okay. Otherwise, windows obviously are going in. A couple are back ordered right now. I haven't got an updated schedule, but I'm assuming within a few weeks they should be done.
Okay.
And outside of that, like I said, it was kind of quiet. We'll get a pickup on the Westwood Park turf field now that the year started. Rick from A-Turf was gone for a week or so, so he's back in the office. We can sit down and start plowing that one ahead.
Okay, great, thank you. All right, before we go any further, we do have Kevin Kirk in here from the Eastport Commerce. He's going to present the subdivision sketch review. Kevin, it's all yours.
Appreciate that. If you don't mind, I'm going to hand you each a quick 11x17. Thank you.
Thank you.
Somebody got two.
Short one. Mark, you need one?
I got it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate taking a few minutes here, just presenting a concept presentation that we can move forward for a subdivision at Eastport. Some of you might remember, about 2 years ago, September 24, we did subdivide a piece of the parcel, which is now Next Era. And the diagram in front of you, that is the gray area. So that piece is no longer owned by Uniland. That was purchased by Next Era. They're building their facility out there as we speak. We are looking to subdivide now the green portion, which is about 11.33 acres, and that is where we recently constructed our small industrial post-frame buildings. If I'm being honest, we probably should have just subdivided at the time we did that. We held off. It got a little more complicated recently because we're trying to work at addresses on the site there. So as our tenants are coming in, there's been some conflict with the addresses and shipments and some concerns about emergency services and stuff like that. So simply what we're looking to do is take that green portion of 11.33 acres, subdivide it as its own parcel, and remove it from basically what's in blue, which is the master parcel at Eastport. With that, I have any questions?
I don't have any. Board have any questions? Attorneys, Ed, anything?
Nothing for me.
Okay, I think we're good. Thank you.
Simple one, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate the time.
Okay, we're going to continue with the department heads, although I can't see anybody anymore. Ron Rosner, what do you got for us?
Happy New Year. First, I'd like to thank the board for the reappointment to this position and, having your trust in me to continue to fulfill this job. I believe I'm going into my 13th year. 13 is not really a good number for me, so hopefully this year's quiet. LVAC did meet their metrics. Again, this month, things are going pretty well over there. Trying to keep everybody updated on the weather. What we've had so far this week looks like warmer weather with rain. Friday's supposed to be some significant rain, and then getting a little bit colder over the weekend. I would ask for the board's support for, in part 2 of the meeting, resolution number 4 of the fire contracts, to approve them. And Ed, I don't know, did you ever hear about the water sample tests from Gunville?
Results?
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay, I'll send an email out tomorrow then to DEC and see if they got them back yet.
Okay, and we haven't conducted our own water test in the other area yet, right?
We have not, no.
Okay. Can we get a timeline on that so we can get that done?
Will they allow us, well, in your email, ask them if they'll allow us to do that. And
Yeah.
Well, I think the one
Assuming
part
they-
we had access to.
Well, they gave us permission to go with the DEC when they grab their samples and that. So
Yeah,
I
but
don't
there
know
was
if
a-
that's going to have to be a regular thing at any time we want to go on the property, if we're going to need their permission.
According to Matt, when we were talking, though, there's another section where we do have access to it, and we can go on there and we can test that, even if
Okay.
we can't go on the other areas. If you could double check on that, Ed, that'd be great.
Okay,
But
I'll
we
talk
wanna
with
get
Matt,
that done.
and then I'll send an email out tomorrow and see what I get back.
Great.
Great, any questions? Great, thank you.
John Trojanowski? John Trojanowski, for people who are here for the first time, is in charge of our Youth Bureau.
Welcome. Thank you. We had a great day of giving this Christmas. There were 117 families with over 300 children that received toys, food, clothing, nice apparel that was donated by Dawn and contributed by Bob. We appreciate that. The whole community comes out to support that day, and it is a truly nice experience to see the community coming together to help those less fortunate. Starting this Wednesday, we will be having fifth graders from William Street coming throughout the months of January and February to participate in our Level Up program. And they'll be participating in workshops that for responsible decision-making, especially focusing on vaping, dealing with caring and showing empathy towards others, and developing coping skills and building a support chain with people and activities in their life that helps promote good mental health. So that's what's going to be happening, and you're welcome to come. I can send you the schedule of the days, and if you want to stop in and check it out, that would be great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Chief?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to the new members of the board. Happy New Year to everybody. I'm going to start off with the dog control report for December. Excuse me. Dog control handled 20 complaints or calls received, issued 13 compliance notices and 1 final notice. Also, 1 appearance ticket was issued. They conducted 3 welfare checks, handled 2 bite reports, 0 dangerous dog complaints last month, but they did follow up on 56 expired licenses. 4 dogs were redeemed and 1 dog was adopted out. There's a special notation that they provided that they're having their first educational meeting this month with the agricultural and markets representatives in regards to the new regulations that are coming out and are going to be mandated for them to do. So they will be providing information to the town in regards to what the new requirements are when they receive them from the state. As far as the police department is concerned, you see the room's already filling up. We have 3 candidates I'm bringing forward to you tonight for appointment to fill upcoming vacancies in the police department due to retirements. We have 4 retirements. First one going to be later this week. Detective Gary Stolt is going to be retiring after nearly 30 years of service to the town and the village of Lancaster. So we're bringing forward candidates tonight to start the replacing of these fine officers that we're going to greatly miss. We're moving forward with some more candidates. We're still waiting for information to come back on before we can bring them, so they may come to the next board meeting. And the 19th, when the next board meeting is scheduled, is the official start date of the next police academy. So we're rapidly working as quickly as we can to get everything vetted and done as soon as we can, so we can make sure we have everybody ready to start the academy. If you have no more questions, I have nothing else at this time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Nick? Almost can't see you back there, Nick. Nick Swanson is our Director of Finance, again, for the people who aren't here on a regular basis.
Good evening. Welcome aboard to the new members. With the new year comes another audit, so we're full steam ahead, getting ready for our 2025 audit. I think things will go very well. The processes that we've set in place, keep us audit ready throughout the year. Our payroll supervisor is back from maternity leave. Very happy to have her back. Great job to Katie Shepard, assistant to the supervisor, for filling in while she was gone. And I don't really have anything else. Any questions?
No, thank you very much. Carmen?
Congratulations to new board members, new board member, and Brad. As you can tell, this window back here is one of our new ones they're being installed in the town hall. Hopefully, we will have them done by the end of the month. They did the Opera House, they're just working their way down. We're just keeping up with our snow removal and working on buildings and keeping everything going. I do have a resolution to move one person up to labor crew chief as support. We are losing one of our good lifeguards, Molly, to the police department. They're stealing another one. But you guys will have... She did work better than her brother Connor, who just left us for a trooper, but must be something in the blood.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. John Pilato, are you still back there? All right, thank you.
I get lost in the spire. Happy New Year. Brad, welcome aboard.
Thank you, sir.
Good to see you, Tom. I don't have much to say. We're plowing and salting and fixing trucks. I got 3 trucks down now. Obviously, the longer that we're out, the more we plow. Equipment fails. We're going to take the next rest of this week with some good weather and hopefully get everything back up and running again, and then start it up when it starts up. That's all I got.
Okay, very good. Any other department heads back there?
Mary Beth.
Mary Beth, can't see you back there. Come on up. Mary Beth from the Senior Center.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard, Tom.
Thank you.
Basically, the only thing new I have is the composting program that we were offered from Erie County, so that'll save a lot of waste for our lunch program. We basically go through about 20 black trash bags of just plates every week, so that will all be able to be composted now instead of thrown in the dumpster. And we're planning 2026. We're knee deep in that. Other than that, we're good.
Okay, we're going to talk about that a little bit more.
Yep.
The reports. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Okay. Who else we got? Cindy, anything from you?
Welcome, nice to meet everyone new. So we did have our large format scanner printer delivered, installed, so that is now available. What I'll be doing is taking all of our old plans that are large format, scanning those in, they'll be put on a OneDrive so that we're able to share them throughout all the departments. Big advantage to that is that we don't have to say a project is coming back in and we need to review something and then hassle Carmen and tell him that we need 10 boxes to try to find one form. So we appreciate the investment in that for us. This planning board meeting, we have a full schedule, so we have lots going on in our community, lots of businesses, great new addition to ceiling devices, which is fantastic. You heard Kevin Kirk about dividing those 2 lots, which is fantastic also. And lots of good things that I think may be done, and Melissa will be talking about in grants. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Sharon from my office, do you want to come up here and say anything? Give some advice about the trash or anything? Sharon answers like 9,000 trash calls a day, so thank you.
She talks trash every day.
Yes, she's a real trash talker.
Mr. Supervisor, I actually have a positive. I
Oh.
can do under board reports about trash, but.
Okay, go ahead.
Do I do it now instead?
No, we'll do it at the...
Okay, I'll do it officially, yeah.
Okay, very good. There's no more department heads back there that I can see, so we're going to kind of, you want to add anything at this point? Words of
No,
wisdom?
sir. No, thank you.
Emily,
No, I'd
anything?
just like to welcome Brad.
Thank you.
All right. All right, tonight is our reorg meeting. So those of you who are waiting for the police officers to be announced, it's going to take a while before we get there. We got to go through 18 resolutions dealing with the reorg. We're going to go through a period where we got a public hearing tonight for the hotel on Maple. So we're going to hear from quite a few residents, I imagine, for that. So it's going to be a long meeting, so make yourselves comfortable. We'll try to get through everything as quickly as possible, but we got to give everybody an opportunity to speak. So at this point in time, I think we're going to take a little break till 7 o'clock, so we got to use the restroom, downstairs, water fountains. Anything else we got to do before we start? Okay. All right, why don't we take a little break? We'll be back here exactly at 7 o'clock. We got to start the meeting. Thank you.
And the live stream will continue. So everything gets posted immediately on YouTube, everything you say and everything you do. Just-
You've been warned.
Do you want to pass those down?
No. No? Okay, all right. I thought we were going to talk.
So it's the newly elected officials training, it's $250 to register.
Okay, did we get it on there?
It's not on the,
What number is it? What resolution number?
it's one of your first. I didn't pull it out. It's the one where we have, it starts with the Association of Towns at the top.
Okay.
Two. I think I find it. This is very different than mine. I can't. Not that one.
Diane, do you remember what the number is for the one for training, funding training?
Is it like 5, 6? What's a stapled one if you're
I've got, 15?
Yep, it's stapled, this one.
Okay. All right, so we got
have
to add some
it
stuff
into-
to it?
Yeah. The newly elected officials training school's not on here. It's January 14th.
Well, isn't this it, though? The Association of Towns Training School and Annual Meeting.
Right, but that's only in, this one is
Okay.
specifically for the New York City one. Tom's gonna go to the one that's in Albany, that's specifically for newly elected officials. It's like, it's a 3-day training, where it's specific just to what you need to learn.
How
And
about-
moving into this.
Okay.
So it's $250 to register, but I don't know how much the hotel is, because I didn't ask. Or I didn't look it up.
Okay. How do you think we should write that in there?
Well, it's never been on, and it's always been
Really?
approved. It's never been on.
Okay. thought it was the year I went, because I looked to see how I paid for it, or like if I could be credited for it, but I think,
Can we at least write in here,
Or-
Association of
or
Towns
and?
Training Schools held throughout New York State and the annual meeting?
Sure.
yeah, I think that would work.
So for those town, appointed for the town board to attend, after attend,
To attend,
The 2026 New York State Association of Towns Training Schools with an S, held throughout New York State. And the annual meeting.
yes.
good.
And then I don't know if you want to like take the dates out of there specifically, or if you want to leave them and just,
I think that's enough to cover it. I mean, it's in there.
Yeah, because then it says,
Training
in the
schools,
annual meeting, which is on those days.
Yeah.
that works for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is this mine? Yes, this is mine.
At least I don't recall it or not. Let's put it that way.
I know, I know.
I've got my official copy of my letter here
Oh, yeah.
about the
yeah.
grant.
Oh, we've got like
Can I
5
mention
letters
that?
now. Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you. Because I'm going to, talk to Ed, and I'm going to, actually, we're going to put together information that goes through which is in our,
Okay.
to make sure that the residents are getting the best bang for it.
Okay. Fine with me. Okay, 16,
Bowling Junior. Oh, I don't know if it's senior junior. It's there.
Okay, I'll just say that.
Senior.
Did you have to sing her to sleep?
No, I wasn't got her to sleep. She was just getting in the bath now.
When my kids were little, I used to put a little cereal. Now I stay
Oh, yeah.
Galaxy Larry. So
I do the same thing.
Oh, I do have one.
Hey, guys, we're going to do the public hearing. We'll take up 5 minutes. We'll do the public hearing first for the people for the hotel. Okay, we'll give the hotel people 5 minutes. The rest of the time's going to go to the residents. All right, and then we'll do another time, we'll do before the regular resolutions. People have an opportunity to speak on those as well. So we're going to have to go through that as well. Let's get that public hearing done so those people can leave, and then we'll, kind of clear out most of the people.
Okay, sounds good. That's what my best friends from Lancaster High School does.
If it's here?
yeah, I got it.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
No, just number 7.
Yeah, and then it's just, did it. I don't have a whole lot of information about the process.
Sure.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Lancaster Town Board meeting for January 5th, 2026. Diane, roll call, please.
Councilmember Adacola.
Here. Say here.
Here.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Here.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Here.
Councilmember Studley.
Here.
Supervisor Leary.
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation. Please remain standing. Lord, this is the beginning of another year here in the town of Lancaster, and as the town board, please give us the strength and courage to consider all sides of the issues we are presented with and the knowledge to make the best possible decision for the best of all our residents. Amen. Thank you. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to start off, and we got a new council member here who's going to be able to introduce himself right over here to my right. Tom, if you want to introduce yourself to the group here.
My name is Tom Anicola. I'm a lifelong resident of Lancaster and looking forward to serving everybody and trying to do what's best for all the people in the town. I grew up in this town. It's a place that I genuinely look at as a great place to raise a family and live, so hopefully we can keep it moving in a good direction, and I'm excited about this. So thank you.
Thank you very much. We also have a new deputy town attorney. If you want to introduce yourself and tell the people about you.
Hey everybody, Brad Davidzik. I know some faces out there. I've lived in Lancaster my whole life. I've been an attorney for 20 years, and it's an honor to take this step and serve my community. It's something I've wanted to do for quite a while, so thank you.
Thank you. Okay, this evening we have 18 pre-filed organizational resolutions. We have 24 pre-filed regular meeting resolutions. We have 0 suspended resolutions. There are 3 public hearings, and we have 1 executive session. We close in memory this evening of Richard Bullman, Sr. Okay, the public hearings are for the special use permit at 5956 Genesee Street. Second one is for the fire district contracts. And the third one is for Wood Springs Suites. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go talk about some town business that the board has taken care of. And approximately 7:05, we're going to get into these public hearings and address each one individually. Then the people who are here for the Wood Springs Suites will be able to, people from Wood Springs Suites will get like 5 minutes up here. And then the residents who want to address will have the rest of the time to address Wood Springs Suites. Okay? Thank you. So for the board, I got 7:03. Anybody got anything that they want to report at this time?
I can report about waste management.
Go right ahead.
I
Thank you.
have a kudos for waste management, actually. I will read it. So it's kudos to waste management, the driver on Warner Road. So last Monday, December 29th, during the high windstorm, the driver stopped at each tipped over garbage can. He took the time to pick up the scattered trash and stand the cans back up before continuing collection. I called EJ at Waste Management to let him know this, because I think having kudos is good. When you do a job well done, you like to hear it. And he had mentioned that this person, it was actually his first day in the Lancaster route. So he was very pleased to hear that. Not first day ever at Waste Management, but first day in that route. So it's something positive. So I wanted to share the positive kudos for that.
Great.
Yeah. I tried.
Okay,
I don't know
nice
if I got
job.
you to 7:05.
Okay, Dawn, sustainability movement?
Yeah. Mary Beth touched on it when she was doing her report for the senior center. She's partnered with Erie County for a free program. It's a pilot program for composting. We compost food waste accounts for approximately 24% of solid waste sent to landfills. Food waste is responsible for approximately 58% of methane emissions from municipal solid waste. And composting improves the soil's ability to hold water and creates nutrients. The senior center, through their food program, will be composting and assisting the environment.
Okay, so we're going to see how it goes for a while, see if we want to expand it to the entire town. If it does go that route, you'll be able to take the stuff to a designated area where it will be taken care of. Right now, it's at no cost to the town, starting off, and we'll see how it works, and then make a decision how we want to take it from there.
And thank you, Mary Beth, for putting this together.
Yeah, Mary Beth, thank you.
Mr. Supervisor, I have
Yes.
2 more quick reports.
Go right ahead.
I just wanted to report out on the Boys and Girls Club. I reached out to the Boys and Girls Club and let them know that Councilmember Antipola is now the chair of that committee. So they are aware of that, and they had shared that they are working on their quarter four reports for us, so that they will get those to us shortly. And they said they've been working with the auditors and are hoping that that audit that the town has asked for will be done shortly.
Yeah, it should begin on January 12th.
Okay,
Yeah, not sure how long it will take, but it shouldn't be that long, so, yeah.
okay, they
Good.
said they've been contacted already and
Good.
have been in the works with that. And then, the last thing, would you like to talk about grants, or?
Well, I received a letter here that we were awarded the Department of Environmental Conservation. We were awarded the grant for the cooling station at Westwood Park. I do know we're starting the process to put together meetings in order to square up what the parameters of this are. I know we got a quote originally from a company. We want to stay with the same square footage, the same water apertures, and so on and so forth, but we need to make sure that those misting tents are there. So we want to make sure we take this to what's called a mini bid with Sourcewell to assure that we're getting the best price with our residents' tax dollars. So we'll be having meetings to coordinate those parameters, and Ed's going to help us put that information together and go to mini bid to make sure we're getting the best price for this project.
Okay, and the amount we got was?
Originally from...
No, the amount for the grant?
The grant, we got $375,000, and that affords us half the grant, that's 50%.
Okay, very good. And what we did is, so we used to have a grant company do our grant writing. It wasn't very successful, so we moved it within house, and we take care of it ourselves. Cindy Majewski sitting in the back, Dawn, my secretary, Carly, Nick from Director of Administration and Finance have all gotten together, and they're pretty much one for one, 375. We're looking at a couple other grants that we look in pretty good shape for as well. So we're doing pretty well internally. All right, at this point in time, can I have a motion for the first public hearing, please?
Motion.
And a second?
Second.
On the roll?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Okay. Notice of public hearing, the approval for the 46-unit public self-storage building located at 5956 Genesee Street, SBL number 83-5-23.111, Lancaster, New York. Legal notice is hereby given that pursuant to the authority set forth in Chapter 400 zoning, Article 14, Administration and Enforcement, Section 400-78, Special Use Permits of the Code of the Town of Lancaster, and pursuant to a resolution adopted by the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster on the first day of December 2025, the said Town Board will hold a public hearing on the 5th day of January 2026 at 7:05 p.m. Local time right here at Town Hall. This is it for the purpose of considering and possibly approving a special use permit application for a 46-unit public self-storage building located at 5956 Genesee Street. Is there anybody here this evening who would like to talk about this particular 46-unit public self-storage building? Please raise your hand, and we'll call you up here to the front to talk about it. Okay, I see no hands raised at this point, so can I have a motion to close public hearing number 1?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
And on the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Okay, can I have a motion to open up public hearing number 2?
So moved.
And second?
Second.
Okay, on the roll?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Okay. Public hearing number 2. Please take notice that the Town of Lancaster Board shall hold a public hearing on the proposed contracts with the Bowmansville Volunteer Fire Association Incorporated, Mill Grove Volunteer Fire Department Incorporated, Town Line Volunteer Fire Department Incorporated, and Twin District Volunteer Fire Company Incorporated for the provision of fire protection services for the Town of Lancaster. Public hearing is going to be held tonight right here at Town Hall. And do we have any people in here who want to talk about the fire contracts that I just mentioned? Please raise your hand. Yes, sir. We have Ron Rosler, our Director of Office of Emergency Management, and he kind of coordinates everything for us with the fire departments. Ron?
So also being a member of the fire department, speaking on behalf of all of them, we'd like to thank the town board for working with the fire companies and for recognizing the critical value that they provide to the town and its residents. The volunteer fire service saves the town several $1,000,000 when compared to the cost of operating a fully paid fire department. Additionally, and I think you all know, the volunteer fire companies that serve this town are some of the best trained, best equipped, and most dedicated professionals you're going to find anywhere. So thank you for your support, and we look forward to the contracts.
Thank you very much, appreciate it. Does anybody else want to talk about the fire contracts at this time? Please raise your hand. And seeing no other hands raised, can we have a motion to close public hearing number 2?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
And on the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Can I have a motion to open up public hearing number 3?
Motion.
And a second?
Second.
And on the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Okay, and I should have read this before, but anybody who wants to speak on this public hearing, please raise your hand and be recognized by yours truly, the supervisor. Give your name and address to the town clerk right here. Speak directly to the town board members, not the audience, using the microphone provided, and speak once for 5 minutes or less unless the town board grants a speaker an extension of this time limit. And that being said, what I think we're going to do is we're going to give the people from the hotel 5 minutes to talk about the hotel, and then the rest of the time is going to go to the residents so they can be heard. All right, so who do we have here from the hotel? Okay, go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Supervisor and Town Council members. My name is Peter Vars from BME Associates. We are the civil engineer for the proposed Woodspring Suites Hotel in the town of Lancaster. With me this evening also is John Ott, who is the Vice President at Indus Hospitality Group, who will be is the applicant and would be the owner and operator of the hotel if it moves forward. We are appearing this evening to request site plan approval and the minor subdivision approval for the proposed Woodspring Suites Hotel. It's a proposed 4-story, 122-room hotel, which would be located on 2.5 acres. Property is located about 1,000 feet east of Transit Road on Maple Drive. The proposed hotel is a permitted use per section 400-18B and 400-17B of the town code. The property is zone GC, general commercial. The site plan that has been submitted has been prepared per section 400-75C of the town code. And this process, we have followed the multiple step process outlined in section 400-75D of the town code for site plan and minor subdivision approval. All I want to just cover with you this evening, though, is just give you a summary of where we are at today and how we have gotten here. Because everything has been very well documented as to this process. This process started actually back in August of 2024, so 15, 16 months ago, with an appearance before this board where Indus Hospitality Group appeared to introduce the proposed project. As a result of that meeting, we were directed to proceed with the site plan approval process, such that in November 12th of 2024, both the minor subdivision and the site plan applications were submitted along, and then on December 23rd, the ZBA application was submitted for the requested area variance to allow the 4-story hotel. From December 2024 through July of 2025, we appeared before the planning board. There were 5 different appearances before the planning board as they conducted the site plan review and the minor subdivision review as it's laid out within the town code. This also included doing a review pursuant to SEQR, the State Environmental Quality Review Act. That involved looking at traffic, at wetlands, completing a tree survey, a geotechnical study, and addressing community character. This all led the planning board on July 16th of 25 to pass a resolution recommending that this town board, acting as lead agency, would issue a SEQR negative declaration determining that the project would not have a significant impact on the environment. In July and August of 2025, we appeared before this board to complete the seeker process, the Part 2 EAF process, and subsequently the Part 3 process. And on August 4th of '25, this board issued the seeker negative declaration. In doing that, that allowed the site plan process to proceed, such that then we appeared before the planning board in September 17th to wrap up the site plan review process. We also, on September 11th, appeared before the Zoning Board of Appeals. At that meeting on September 11th, the Zoning Board of Appeals issued the area variance, granting the variance to allow the 4-story hotel. As I mentioned, on the 17th of September, we appeared before the planning board. They raised some questions regarding the ERPOD, the woodlot on the property, such that we went back, we updated and revised our landscaping plan and provided additional information to the planning board, such that in November 5th, the planning board recommended approval of both the minor subdivision and the site plan, and I believe both of those memos have been provided to this board. So in summary, over the past 15 months, we've appeared before this board multiple times. We've appeared before the planning board multiple times, all of it to review and consider this application. And the results were a seeker negative declaration being issued, an area variance being granted by the Zoning Board of Appeals, and the planning board recommending approval of the subdivision and site plan. We also received acknowledgement from staff that the project is in conformance with the town's ERPOD and landscape requirements. So we believe we are at the end of this process now to appear before this board to request that the town board would complete the site plan and minor subdivision review process and grant those approvals. The last thing I would like to state, though, is on behalf of Mr. Ott and Jet Mehta, the president of Indus Hospitality Group, is that Indus Hospitality Group will be the owner and operator of this hotel. Indus does not sell their properties. They still have the same hotels. Their first hotels were built in 2001 in Olean, Springville, and Wellsville. They've just invested millions of dollars back into those hotels, refurbishing them, but the point being is they keep their properties. They are your owner and operator. They will be a member of this community and be a part of the business community and the community itself.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so you got like 6 minutes out of that. All the
Okay.
individuals coming up here who want to talk will also have 6 minutes. Okay? Anybody object to that? Nope. All right, so who's the first person up? Come on up, ma'am. Please state your name and your address.
Hello, my name is Kristen Buscemi. I live at 96 Maple Drive, and I am here to talk about the proposed hotel. I want to reiterate the question I asked the town planning board 12 months ago. Who does this project truly serve? Does it serve the residents in our community, or does it serve developers and transient individuals coming through our town? In the past 12 months, I believe we've answered this question. We've outlined our concerns in detail through our petition, which has garnered more than 900 signatures and is growing. According to the Town of Lancaster Comprehensive Plan on pages 25 and 26, the Bowmansville hamlet is known for its collection of historic homes and other buildings, including the Sacred Heart of Jesus Church and Shrine that was built in 1920. Many structures in the hamlet are over 100 years old and merit recognition. Another notable structure is an 1837 historic cobblestone home located on neighboring Genesee Street. On page 49 of the Town of Lancaster Comprehensive Plan, under Goals, Community Character, it states, protect historic districts and historic homes. I urge you to please consider that the construction of Woodspring Suites Hotel on 0 Maple Drive is not what's best for the hamlet of Bowmansville or the Town of Lancaster. The hotel's existence will only follow in the footsteps of its neighboring Red Roof Inn, inviting more transients, traffic, and crime onto Maple Drive. The decision to allow this development is the decision to compromise the integrity of a residential neighborhood, now noted by a major publication and a major news station for its unmatched character and history. In closing, I want to thank you all sincerely for offering this public hearing for us and listening to our concerns. Thank you.
Thank you.
My husband has...
Yes, sir? On up.
Howdy. I have two major...
Please state your full name and...
Sorry. Yep. Andy Buscemi, 96 Maple Drive.
Thank you.
I have two major just points to discuss tonight. Point one, if this project offers the community any positive contribution at all, that contribution is increased tax revenue. I think that's about it, as far as like how it can actually benefit our community. Given that fact, before this board moves forward, the community deserves full transparency, I believe, on two critical issues. The first is, what is the actual projected annual tax revenue that this hotel would be expected to generate for the town of Lancaster? It shouldn't be a guess, a range, or a vague estimate. This is a basic financial impact calculation that should be known and presented to the public before approval of a project of this scale. Second, what are the projected infrastructure and municipal costs created by approving a 122-room, low-budget extended stay hotel? Over the past year, residents have raised serious concerns about the increased demand on police services in particular, traffic, utilities, and public infrastructure. If the additional tax revenue does not exceed the added cost of these services, then this project does not benefit the community at all. It simply becomes a liability. Before this board allows this project to move forward, the community deserves to see those numbers clearly presented, I believe. That's point one. Point two is about the legitimacy of the height variance process. My second point concerns the integrity of that I had mentioned to the board recently. It's now been brought to the board's attention that the developer appeared before the zoning board under the name Indus Hospitality Group, despite previously identifying as Woodspring Suites. And that change in the name prevented residents from recognizing the meeting and participating in it. More concerning, when reviewing the recorded meeting, the developer misrepresented the owner of the property to be subdivided, Paul Stephen Jr., as a neighbor speaking on behalf of the community. Mr. Stephen is not a neighbor. He does not live there. He is the owner of the property being subdivided and stands to profit directly from this project. During that same meeting, Mr. Stephen presented himself as representing the views of the community, while in fact stating positions that are directly contrary to the clearly documented opposition of our community. The height variance was granted under material misrepresentation by both the developer and an interested party who falsely portrayed himself as an uninvolved neighbor. This is precisely why these meetings are recorded. Height variances should not be granted based on deception. Under New York State zoning and standard municipal practice, approvals obtained through material representation or false statements may be revoked once misrepresentation is established. It is therefore my understanding that this board has both the authority and the responsibility to pause or invalidate this approval if these facts are confirmed. So are we legally following the proper procedure when a variance is granted based on misleading information? If that question can't be answered with certainty, then I think the only responsible course of action is to pause the process, review the legality of the variance approval, and present those findings to the public before allowing this project to proceed. That's all I have. And also, thank you for your time. I can imagine doing what you people do.
One thing,
yes.
The estimated tax income would be, according to our Eric Finbar, our town assessor, is $62,000.
Okay. 62,000, and then that isn't very important to know. And then the opposite side of that would also be important to know as well. But thank you, appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Who's next? Who would like to address the town board at this point in time? Please raise your hand. Okay, it might not. Oh, yes, sorry, didn't see you over there.
Kathleen Pajacki, 112 Maple Drive. I did want to highlight the FOIA Act with the police reports and the tax information that was provided on Red Roof. Red Roof paid to the town $15,000 some odd dollars. Out of that, $2,700 went to the police. Up until, in 2025, up until November 11th, there was over 100 calls just to Red Roof. If you divide that $2,700 by 100 calls, that's $27 per call. sometimes there's 2 cop cars, sometimes there's 3 cop cars. What kind of strain is this putting on our police budget, if that's all they're getting? Out of that $62,000 you just mentioned, how much would be going to the police department?
I don't have that. This is what he sent to me.
Okay.
We can find out. They're not built yet. I don't
Okay.
have specific on there. That's just
Okay.
an estimate at this point.
So again, if that's, and for the neighboring hotels, there's been over 800 calls. And I did send last week numerous reviews of the current hotels. Very black eye for our area, very. Nobody wants to stay there. All the rooms are disgusting. It houses the prostitution, drugs. There was a dead body found in one. There's apparently, I've heard at Motel 6, there's a virtual check-in process in the evening, and they're told to call, if they have an issue, to call 911. That's a burden on our thing. So what is this Woodspring Suites going to do to us? Also, our tax dollars paid for the comprehensive master plan that specifically spells out things for Bowmansville, and where it should be designated as a historic area. We already have, traffic issues, and what was the other one? That it should promote the rural character of the area. How is a 4-story hotel protecting our area and part of the historic area? And I do have to mention, again, as Andy had mentioned, that the whole zoning board we were totally misled on the so-called resident that lives there. So, again, thank you for your time and listening to the residents of our interest.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do we have anybody else who wants to be heard for public hearing number 3? I got a hand way in the back first. Yes, sir.
Hi, my name is Christopher McCurley. I live at 6 Maple Drive. My wife wanted to be here, but unfortunately she's at home sick, so she gave me a list of things to cover. Initially, I will say I've been living at this residency for 20 years now. This is the first home me and my wife bought. I have lived in Lancaster since 8th grade. All my kids, all 5 of my children, started and finished in Lancaster. I am a resident of Lancaster. We bought this home because of the quiet neighborhood, the offbeat path where we were still close to everything town-wise, yet still had that quietness. And in 20 years, because of Lancaster booming, we've seen a massive amount of increase in traffic. My concerns personally are the influx of traffic from this hotel. We already have people cutting through our streets. I've had my kid's car hit by people cutting through because of this traffic influx. We've had my mailbox taken out. I couldn't even tell you how many times because kids speeding around that corner and hitting our mailbox because we live right at the corner. That's all well and good. Also, one of my other concerns is obviously, like the residents have already stepped on, is about these issues with crime and everything else. I don't know if anyone's really familiar. Several years ago, at 2024, I believe Motel 6 got raided, busted, and shut down for actually having a sex trafficking ring rung out of this. An actual sex trafficking ring in Lancaster. That's unexcusable and quite scary to have a sex trafficking ring with a father of children, daughters, 2 daughters, a granddaughter, to have that literally happen at the end of my road. We already know because of people looking into all this information about all the calls that are constantly going down to Motel 6 right now or to Red Roof Inn. How much is this going to put a burden on our police department? How much is this going to put a burden on our volunteer fire department, which is literally around the corner? How much of a burden is this going to put on the Lancaster Ambulance Corps that has to report every time apparently a dead body, which I never even heard of, which is kind of news to me, and it would be disturbing if that was the case. But adding another hotel, especially a low-income hotel, to me just sounds like it's adding more to the crime and to the issue. And I really don't want to have a sex trafficking ring even closer, because that was on North Maple. Really don't want to have it coming around the corner. Plus, the other concern my wife wanted to bring up is the person that owns the property is apparently splitting the property to sell for the hotel. He has the other property. What's preventing him from further down the line selling the rest of that property to a mini mall or another hotel and literally turning the whole north end of Maple into an industrial area? I know that's a big concern of hers. The traffic is mine. The sex trafficking is. I really think it's a bad idea. And I work construction. I drive a ready-mix truck. I supply concrete to, I work for United Materials, actually. I supply concrete to most of Lancaster. I've always been proud of working here in Lancaster. I've always been proud of living in Lancaster. And I've always been proud of being a Bowmansville resident. In fact, side note, when we bought our house, I had to sign a form from the realtor stating that I had to guarantee I was living here for at least 3 years before we sell it. I laughed at her. I says, I plan on dying here. I told my wife, I'm never moving again. This is our home. This is my town. This is where I want to end my life. Not literally end my life, not taking my life, sorry. Miswording there. But you know what I mean. So I'm very much against this hotel going up. I'm very much against what is going to cost our town in tax revenue for our police department, who is probably already themselves stressed over Motel 6 and Red Roof Inn constantly going down there. In fact, I believe, not 100% sure, but the other night about 10 o'clock, 5 Lancaster Blue went down our street, which I assume to that hotel. And this is an ongoing occurrence. So I really hope everybody considers this. And again, I said at the last board meeting, if you don't think that our street is in board, drive up and down our street. Just go down North Main, down Maple Street. Look at all the signs out. We don't want this in our neighborhood. We really don't. And if the tax revenue, even if it's minor, doesn't outweigh what the residents want. And that's not even including the removal and the pushing out of the wildlife. We are constantly losing wildlife area in Lancaster because all the new subdevelopments are constantly being opened up. And it's nice with Bowmansville, and if I get close to my time, please let me know. I know with Bowmansville, we have a lot of deer, wild turkey, a lot of wildlife that goes in our neighborhood. And it's beautiful. It's quiet. It's content. It's nice when I walk out in the morning and out my back window, and I could see a family of deer sitting in my yard eating my grass. I know some people don't care for that, but I think it's wonderful. And I don't want to see even more of that being jeopardized because of a development. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Gentleman in the front here.
Good evening. My name is George Hillock. I live at 124 Maple. So I would be one of the residents would be more affected by this hotel than most others, since they would literally be in my backyard. I have a couple concerns, just as the other residents do, as to crime and traffic, especially heavy traffic. During this construction, as it is right now, we average 3 to 5 heavy trucks that go down our road, which is posted for 6 tons. They're over the 6 tons. During this construction, I guarantee that that will double to triple the amount of trucks that will cut through our street going to and from the construction area. Our street is not a heavy truck street. It is for cars. I looked, we have 9 hotels within a quarter mile of my house right now. Why do we need 10? You go past many of these hotels on almost any night and look in their parking lots and they're less than half full. Why do we need another hotel that is going to be less than half full on most nights? We had a hotel on the west side of Transit, north of the 90, that literally closed down and was torn down a matter of a couple years ago. Why are we building another hotel that's just going to fail or going to bring more crime or problems into my neighborhood? I understand a lot of the issues with construction. This is going to be a burden to both our sewer systems, our electrical system, our water system. As it is right now, our water system is not up to a 4-story, 122-room hotel. Is that going to be upgraded? I would highly doubt it. And if it is, it would probably be at the town's expense, not at the developers. I think these are all things that can take into consideration, as well as the amount of traffic that does go up and down our streets. We have a stop sign right at the corner of my street, and I would say 90 to 95% of the cars that go through there do not stop. They fly through that stop sign. This would probably double to triple if you put a hotel there. I worry about our neighborhood, about our kids, about our safety, people walking. I don't think it's a good idea personally. That being said, board members, I would like you to think of this. If this was in your backyard, how would you feel? Would you want this hotel built in your backyard, literally? I do not. I know I will have increased traffic, increased trash in my yard blowing around from people letting it out of their cars, from dumpsters, from whatever. I don't want it in my yard. I don't want this in my backyard, just as I'm kind of assuming that you would not want it in yours. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. We have any other residents? Yes, sir.
Good evening, JP Zeiss, 41 Maple Drive. I'm here with my wife as well, who's also giving me orders on what to say, or what not to say. I shouldn't be up here. I think, I'm sure that the intent of the business owners is not at all nefarious in any way. But I think what we're forgetting is that this hotel is in a unique location. And have we taken a look at what that location will provide, or what it innately provides because of the location? It is right across from the thruway. They cannot police the people that come to that hotel. And by the sheer nature of its location, it will draw a certain element of individual. Why? We are well aware of sex trafficking and the level of criminality that is occurring in hotels. For $62,000, you may be sacrificing public safety. Is it worth it? That is probably half the cost of a full-time officer. I can assure you that the amount of time and energy and safety that our officers are dedicating to what's happening down at the Red Roof Inn now will not be covered by $62,000. Do we know for a fact, where are the numbers, where is the data that supports that we will make money in taxes off of this hotel? And how can we justify that without that exact information? Do we not demand financial responsibility from all other entities that affect our town? Why is that not the case for this? And if there is, where is it? Without a doubt, the facts. What will it cost us? Not in just finances, but in public safety. Because if they're down at the end of my street, which they are already regularly, how can they be elsewhere in the town? And will $62,000 buy another officer? No, it will not. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Anybody else want to address? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Sheila Schaefer, and we own a property at 5 Division and 17 Main Street, right in that area right there. We invested in our house there. All the houses are very old, and we're putting extensive investments in improving our property there. As with many of the landowners around there, those houses are very, very old, and we invest a lot of time and money in keeping them up. We are in a circumstance where my husband works nights, and he comes home around 1, 2 in the morning. I can't tell you the countless times that we've been unable to get down Maple Street, diverted for the police presence there, stopping people from the hotel, handling matters from the hotel. We walk down there at 2, 3 in the morning, not unusual because that's when he gets home from work in the summertime. It's really nice to walk then. But the cars coming down there from the hotel and on those streets that do need repair and will need further repair should more traffic be coming down them. We just don't feel safe in that spot. I think it was 4 or 5 weeks ago there was a major presence where we were blocked off, turned around from going down Maple Road at all. So to see that kind of stuff coming down right in the area where we've invested some good money and are investing a lot more money in the neighborhood, we just don't want to see this here. I'm not against the business, but the hotels on the other side, there's occupancy available all the time there. We have clients for where I work where we put them up in the hotels occasionally near the airport and there, so there's plenty of stuff around there. We never have a problem getting a hotel. But what you're asking us to do is allow some more stuff to come into our neighborhood that when we're already investing a ton of money because we are in older housing there, it's not going to be worth it once it downgrades to that point. It's not going to happen. So we don't want to see our money go to waste. We like it there. It's a quiet neighborhood. It's an old neighborhood. It's got history beyond belief. We need to preserve what's there. We need to protect our neighbors, so please don't let this be there. There's plenty of other places for them to go. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Anybody else? I think I saw the other hand in the back. Come on up.
My name is Sarah Stefan. I live at 51 Maple Drive with my husband Paul, who's here with me. I've lived in Lancaster my entire life, first on Deer Path, then on Pleasant View, and in 2005 my husband and I moved into 51 Maple. When we moved in, it was a very quiet street. We used to joke that Maple Drive was Bowmansville's best kept secret because unless you lived there, you didn't even know it existed. It's not like that anymore, and I know a lot of it has to do with traffic due to the subdivisions and the rest of Lancaster, and that's not something that we can control, but what we can control is what we allow on our street. I'm here to express serious safety concerns about the proposed low-budget hotel. You only need to review the petition that we submitted to see the volume and nature of police calls to the nearby Red Roof Inn and Motel 6 to understand the kind of issues that accompany these establishments. Last summer, a patron from the Red Roof Inn came onto our property asking for baby formula and sharing an inconsistent and concerning story about having lost everything in a fire and being put up at the Red Roof Inn with his family. He wasn't able to provide us his cell phone number, his room number at the Red Roof Inn. Having experienced a devastating house fire ourselves in May of 2020, I have nothing but empathy for this gentleman and his supposed story. But the inconsistencies were a red flag. We were not able to get any specific information from him to be able to help him, and thankfully my husband was home. But the inconsistencies in his story still have me wondering today what his true intentions were for approaching me alone while I was outside in my front yard working in my garden in the middle of the week. Maple Drive is a residential street with families and children. We are not equipped for increased transient traffic or the safety issues that have already affected our quality of life. I have teenage sons, one of whom is on the autism spectrum. He often walks to and from his job at the Cracker Barrel, and I want him to be able to safely walk to and from work without feeling like he might be approached by some creep staying at a hotel who sees him vulnerable. I want to know that when I walk my dog or my two teenage sons walk our dog, that they're safe, that they're not going to be approached by someone. I want to know that when I walk my dog, I don't have to watch the ground next to me to make sure she doesn't step on broken liquor bottles, hypodermic needles, Narcan, vapes that are littered all along the road near the Red Roof Inn and the hotel property site. We've lived in our house for over 20 years. Like our neighbor, we plan on staying there. I'm a Lancaster resident my entire life, and I am proud to be a Lancaster resident, but I don't want it to be Cheektowaga. I don't want it to be Amherst. I want there to be green space. I want there to be animals and wildlife, and I want it to be safe for my family and all the families in our neighborhood. I urge the board to carefully consider the impact these low-budget hotels, which we have an abundance of, have on our neighborhood safety and reject this project. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my experience and my concerns.
Thank you very much. Anybody else want to be heard at this point before we close the public hearing? I see another hand in the back.
Hi, I'm Barbara Regal, 101 Maple Drive. Like you've been hearing, we moved in, it'll be 30 years. Going to stay, the perfect hideaway spot that's got everything you want and close to Transit Road and all the amenities. Couldn't be happier with location, location, location. In the 30 years, the volume of cars going up and down the street, the neighborhood changes. I get we need to move on in time. I understand there needs to be growth, development. But at the sake of keeping Bowmansville, Bowmansville, I am not a Lancaster resident for my life. I grew up in a hamlet in West Seneca of Ebenezer. It was maintained and kept historical. I was proud of that. So moving into a hamlet, I thought, wow, this is great. And the disappointment through the years, walking down my street, I don't want to walk down it by myself. There's hypodermic needles on the side of the road, the garbage, the strangers, the people, the way they look at you, and it's like, it's my home. I should feel comfortable. I should be able to walk up and down my street. I don't. A 4-story hotel. Now we're put a variance in for 4 stories. Orchard Park, building a brand new stadium, puts a hold on for a height of only 2.5 to keep up with what's already existing. Why? I'm just sort of at a loss at Lancaster and how the thought process is of $62,000 versus people already long-term residents understanding, do we need the 11th hotel? What really is the purpose of the 11th hotel? The transients coming and going, yep, there could be sex trafficking, there could be just a child molester. There are young children on the street. I'm glad I'm not in that spot where I have a young child, but I do worry about them. I worry about grandchildren coming over. They stay in the backyard. I don't want them in the front yard, and that's scary. Does anybody here want a hotel in their backyard? Do you want to restrict kids and grandchildren from where they can play? I just think that people need to have more thought in what we are saying yes to. The growth and development is wonderful, but it needs its place and it needs its time. And it needs to be located in an area that's not impacting. Again, the cop car is going up and down the street. I can say it over and over again. The volume, it's staggering. My husband was a volunteer fireman for years. I have a lot of respect for them. But to go to these calls, I have a son in law enforcement. To know what he's going to, it's scary. And to say, gee, the town just wanted another $62,000 in revenue to come down and build 4 stories. Thank you for your time.
Ms. Regal, your address again?
101 Maple.
Thank you.
Okay, that's going to conclude our public hearing tonight. If I can have a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion.
Okay, second?
Second.
Okay, on the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Public hearing is closed.
Okay. Anybody who wants to leave at this point, or if you want to stay for the rest of the town board meeting, it's completely up to you. We'll take a moment. Okay?
Take me with you.
Thank you for coming, everyone.
Take me with you.
Can I go too?
No.
I think
Our papers
it'll
go.
cool down a little bit, yeah.
Thank
I
you.
think it'll cool down a lot now.
Yeah. Thank you for doing that.
What happened to the park?
I think the thing,
Oh,
they didn't
you
even
know what,
bring
it's
up
gotta be on the second part.
is with the current climate.
I knew it'd be there. Organization.
All right, folks, we're going to move on with the meeting at this point. Okay, we got our reorg pre-filed resolutions, then we'll have our regular pre-filed resolutions. And at this point in time, the town board will hear the concerns of persons desiring to address the town board on any pre-filed or proposed suspended resolutions for a period of 30 minutes. Again, the procedure is to raise your hand, be recognized by the supervisor, give your name and address to the town clerk, speak directly to the town board members, not the audience, using the microphone provided, and speak once for 5 minutes or less, unless the town board grants the speaker an extension of this time limit. And the part we left out, which we had to put in there last year, any unruly activity, including yelling, name-calling, or etc., will result in expulsion from the meeting. Does anybody want to address the town board on any of the pre-filed resolutions? Please raise your hand. Okay, seeing no hands raised at this point, we're going to move on with our pre-filed resolutions for the reorg. The first one is mine. As a matter of fact, I think they're all mine, so I'm going to be drinking some water as we go through these. Okay. Presentation of the organizational pre-filed resolutions. Whereas it is essential to the orderly and efficient conduct of regular and special meetings of the town board of the town of Lancaster to adopt rules of order so that the business of the town of Lancaster may be conducted with dispatch and decorum. Now therefore be it resolved that in accordance with section 63 of the town law of the state of New York, the town board of the town of Lancaster hereby adopts for the years 2026 and 2027 its rules of order for the conduct of regular and special meetings. Regular sessions will be, the town board shall be held on the first and third Monday of each month at 7 p.m. at Lancaster Town Hall, right here, unless said first or third Monday is a legal holiday, in which event the regular session shall be held on the following business day. Each regular session and all adjourned sessions shall be open for the consideration of any matter which, in accordance with these rules, may be properly brought to the attention of the town board. The regular meetings of the town board shall be preceded by a work session, which will be at 6:30 p.m. Rule number 2, special meetings. Special meetings shall be held at the call of the supervisor of the town of Lancaster or upon the filing with the supervisor of the town of Lancaster, a written request signed by 2 members of the town board. Notice in writing stating the time, place, and purpose of the special meeting shall be served personally or by mail or email upon each member and the town clerk by the supervisor of the town of Lancaster at least 2 days before the time fixed for holding the meeting. A member may waive the service of notice for such meeting by written waiver signed by such member. Only business specified in the notice, therefore, may be transacted at a special meeting. A quorum, the majority of the duly constituted membership of the town board of the town of Lancaster shall constitute a quorum for the transaction of business, but a lesser number may adjourn. Rule number 4 is roll call. At any and every meeting of the town board, the vote of all town board resolutions, actions, or questions determined shall be recorded or called in alphabetical order as to the last names of the members present, excepting the supervisor, who shall vote last. Members of the town board other than the supervisor shall be addressed during town board proceedings as council member. Rule 5, order of business, which is the Pledge of Allegiance, calling the roll, persons desiring to address the town board on the pre-filed and suspended resolutions, public hearings, reports of department heads, reports of committees, presentation of pre-filed resolutions, presentation of communications, persons desiring to address the town board on any municipal-related subject, happens at the end of the meeting, and then adjournment. Rule 6, presentations to be in writing. All resolutions and amendments thereof shall be in writing. Rule 7, time for a presentation to the clerk. Resolutions to be prepared by the town attorney's office containing a legal notice shall be submitted to the town attorney's office by 4 p.m. Do we have any changes in here from last year?
No.
Okay. I'm not going to go through all these. This is when you got to turn the resolutions in. That's an internal thing that the town has to perform. Decorum. The supervisor shall take the chair promptly at the hour specified for the convening of the town board meeting and shall preserve order and decorum. Recording yes and no votes will be on roll call. The yes and no votes shall be taken according to Rule 4, and the town clerk shall record the names. Rule 10, when a member may be excused from voting, every member who shall be in the town board chambers when a question is stated by the supervisor shall vote. A member may be excused if directly interested in the question. Rule 11, speak when recognized by the supervisor. No member wishing to speak shall proceed until such member shall have addressed the supervisor from his or her place and shall have been recognized by the supervisor. Rule 12, suspension of rules by a 2 to 3 2/3 consent. These rules may at any time during the session be suspended by a 2/3 consent of all the members of the town board present. Rule 13, presentation of motion. When a question shall be under consideration, no motion shall be received except the following motions: for an adjournment of the board, to lay on the table, to recess, to commit a committee, to amend. Rule 14, withdrawal of a resolution or motion. Any resolution or motion offered by a member may be withdrawn by the member presenting it. Rule 15, motion not amendable or debatable. All motions for an adjournment, for a recess, to refer to committee or department head, or to lay on the table shall be neither amended nor debated. All points of order not covered by these rules. On all points of order not covered by the rules of this town board, Robert's Rules of Order shall prevail. Rule 17, amendment of the rules. These rules shall not be rescinded, altered, or amended, nor any additional rule added thereto except by a majority vote of the total members of the town board, provided at least 2 days prior notice in writing and has been filed with the town clerk and each town board member. Rule 18, persons desiring to address the town board. Persons may address the town board at any regular town board meeting. Town board will twice hear the concerns of the public at the beginning for the pre-filed and at the end of the meeting. Person desiring to be held or heard shall raise their hand. We've gone through these already. Okay. And that concludes this resolution. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question, on the roll.
Councilmember Anicola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 2, whereas it is necessary from time to time for various departments and offices of the town of Lancaster to hire sickness, vacation, temporary, or part-time help. Now therefore be it resolved that the following departments and offices of the town of Lancaster for the years 26 and 27 are hereby authorized to hire part-time help: assessor, building and grounds, code enforcement, dog control, highway, parks, recreation, forestry, police, supervisor, town attorney, town clerk, town justices, and the youth bureau. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anicola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 3, be it resolved that the Lancaster Bee and Buffalo News are hereby designated the official newspaper of the town of Lancaster for the years 2026 and 2027. Be it further resolved that all official notices and advertisements authorized or required by law to be published by the town board of the town of Lancaster or any other board, commission, or officer of the town of Lancaster be published in either the Lancaster Bee or the Buffalo News. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anicola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Number 4, be it resolved that for the years 26 and 27, the town board of the town of Lancaster will reaffirm issuance of building permits at its regular meetings, which have been filed with the town clerk up to 3 p.m. on the Thursday preceding a town board meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anicola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. This one's important. Be it resolved that they're all important, but this one's very important. Resolved that the town hall offices be open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Those are the hours of operation, official hours of operation for the town. Every day, Monday through Friday, during the years 2026 and 2027, except legal holidays and when prior notice is given. So those are the operating hours. Obviously, the police department, other departments have to work additional hours. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anicola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 6, resolved that the town clerk be instructed to collect the tax roll for the years 2026 and 2027 according to the schedule of penalties as set by Erie County Tax Act. And we have the penalties by the county tax department, and the school taxes also have penalties. I would recommend everybody pay their taxes on time, and then there's no penalties. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anicola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Number 7, be it resolved that the sum of $1,200 be allocated for the proper observance of Memorial Day and Independence Day to the following veterans organizations: $500 to the Matt Urban VFW Post, $350 to the Depew Post American Legion, $350 Disabled American Veterans Korean Era, provided that such expense as a portion shall be paid upon properly itemized and audited vouchers shall be received during 2026. Be it further resolved that the sum of $2,500 for the purpose of defraying the expenses of the proper observance of Independence Day in the town of Lancaster, which sum shall be expended upon properly itemized and audited vouchers for such expenditure. And by the way, we are having the 250th anniversary for the country, so we're going to try to get with the village and do something special this year. We put together a town board committee. Be it further resolved that the sum of $2,500 for the purpose of defraying the expenses connected with the spring and fall festivals along with the New Year's Eve event sponsored by the Village of Lancaster, which sum shall be expended upon properly itemized and audited vouchers for such expenditure. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anicola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
I abstain due to my connection with the Village of Lancaster.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
And Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Resolution number 8, whereas it is the recommendation of the Finance Committee of the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster to invest a portion of the funds of the Town of Lancaster, and whereas it has been determined by said Finance Committee that there is money available for temporary deposit or investment not needed for immediate expenditure, now therefore be it resolved that the supervisor and/or the director of administration and finance and the town clerk be and are hereby authorized for the years 2026 and 2027 without further authority of the town board to deposit or invest for varying periods of time so much of the funds of the town of Lancaster in all of its accounts for specific periods of time and at such rates of interest which, in their discretion and at such times it is deemed available and shall be just and proper. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question, we were pretty successful at the amount of money that we brought in during both 2024, 2025. We'll try to keep up the good work. On the roll?
Councilmember Anicola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Resolution number 9, whereas the town board of the town of Lancaster deems it in the public interest to bond all elected and appointed officials and employees of the town of Lancaster for the faithful performance of their duties, now therefore be it resolved as follows, that all elected and appointed officials and employees of the town of Lancaster be bonded for the years 2026 and 2027 for the faithful performance of their duties under a public employee's faithful performance blanket position bond with an amount of indemnity of $100,000 per official or employee, and Section 2, that additional indemnity be required for the following positions in the amounts specified, and we have several different amounts specified. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anicola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Resolution number 10, be it resolved that J.P. Morgan Chase Bank in New York class, which stands for New York Cooperative Liquid Asset Security System, be designated as the official co-depositories of the town of Lancaster for the years 2026 and 2027, and that the supervisor, town justices, and town clerk be authorized and directed to deposit all funds coming into their hands by virtue of their office in said banks, and be it further resolved, the aforementioned designated depositories of this municipality be and are hereby requested, authorized, and directed to honor checks, drafts, or other orders for the payment of money drawn in this municipality's name, including those payable to the individual order of the person whose name appears thereon as a signer when bearing or purporting to bear the facsimile signature of the following, and that would be me, Robert E. Leary. Be it further resolved that all depositories shall be entitled to honor and charge this municipality for such checks, drafts, or other orders, regardless of by whom or by what means the actual or purported facsimile signature thereon may have been affixed thereto. Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anicola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Number 11, whereas the town board, in accordance with section 2910-A of the town law of the state of New York, may determine by resolution that the supervisor shall submit to the town clerk within 120 days after the close of the fiscal year a copy of the report to the state comptroller required by section 30 of the general municipal law of the state of New York. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anicola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Number 12, whereas by resolution adopted January 5th, 2026, the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster has designated the following official depositories for the Town of Lancaster hereinafter referred to as the banks: J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and New York Class. Again, that's New York Cooperative Liquid Asset Security Systems, which allows us to invest in there and make more money than we could pretty much any other way, including J.P. Morgan Chase. Whereas from time to time, the Town of Lancaster requests the banks by written or oral communication, telephone, computer communication device to transfer funds to any account, third-person parties that has been the Town of Lancaster. Be it resolved that the year is 2026, the Town of Lancaster enters into a funds transfer agreement and any added addenda thereto with the banks, and that any two of the following officers or employees of the Town of Lancaster are hereby authorized to execute and deliver to the banks said funds, transfers, agreements, etc. That would be the supervisor, supervisor's designee, director of administration and finance, town clerk, and the town clerk's designee. Be it further resolved that the authority conferred herein may be exercised singly by any of such officers or employees and shall continue in full force and effect until written notice of notification or revocation. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Number 13, be it resolved that pursuant to the civil service law of the state of New York, the supervisor of the Town of Lancaster be and is hereby designated as the appointing officer of the Town of Lancaster, and the Commissioner of Personnel of the County of Erie shall correspond on all matters of personnel concerning the Town of Lancaster with the Town Supervisor, his designees, and the Town Board. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Resolution 14, whereas the Town Board has determined there is a need to set a policy in regard to monies and other financial resources available for investment and/or deposit on behalf of the Town of Lancaster, and whereas the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster has also determined that there is a need for a policy for the purchase of goods or services to determine the applicability of Section 103 of the General Municipal Law. Now therefore be it resolved that in order to protect the interest of the Town of Lancaster, its residents and taxpayers, the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster hereby adopts the following policies as presented to be effective immediately, and which shall supersede any previous versions of such policies, and that's the investment policy and the procurement policy. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes, we do have a slight change on resolution number 15 in the first paragraph. And it's going to read, and we'll go through it, that those town elected and appointed officials who are authorized by the town board to attend the 2026 New York State Association of Towns Training Schools, we're changing school to schools, held throughout New York State. There are some schools that are held, Rochester, Albany, etc., that our council members can attend, and the annual meeting to be held in New York City on February 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th are eligible for reimbursement for actual and necessary expenses, and we got all those expenses listed on here. Section 2, Supervisor Robert Leary, being is hereby appointed as a delegate to the New York State Association of Towns Training School. Section 4, that during 2026, town department heads or officials or their designees are hereby authorized to attend in Allegheny, Cattaraugus, Chautauqua, Erie, Genesee, Monroe, Niagara, and Wyoming counties, the regular luncheon, dinner meetings, and we go through a couple of other different things. Code enforcement can go to particular meetings. Section 6 has to deal with the court clerks. Section 7, the town justices are authorized to attend several different meetings. Section 8, the Director of Administration and Finance is hereby authorized to attend certain meetings. Section 9, the Highway Superintendent can attend certain meetings. And Section 10, the Police Chief or his designee can attend certain meetings. Section 11, Town Clerk or her designee is hereby authorized to attend certain meetings. Section 12, Executive Director of the Youth Bureau is hereby authorized to attend certain meetings. Section 13, All town officials and employees be and are hereby authorized to be paid standard mileage per mile for the use of their personal automobiles. Section 14, that all conferences seminars, lectures, and meetings not falling within a pattern of regular attendance and not exceeding $400 in reimbursable expenses, including mileage reimbursement, may be approved for attendance by the supervisor pursuant to 77D of the general municipal law. Do I have a second?
Second.
And on the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola,
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart,
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder,
Yes.
Councilmember Studley,
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 16. These are the general administrative appointments. We have our new deputy town attorney up here, Brad Davidzik. We have William Gummel, hereby appointed second alternate natural disaster service. I'm appointed the first alternate natural disaster service coordinator. I'm appointed the affirmative action officer, appointed the voting delegate to represent the town in Northeast, Southeast Nest Solid Waste Management. John Pilato, hereby appointed drainage officer. Ron Rosler is in charge of our appointed natural disaster services coordinator. Daniel Schaus, being is hereby appointed town prosecutor. He's new. He's not with us this evening. Richard Schaus, being is hereby appointed deputy town prosecutor. Dawn Schroeder, being is hereby appointed the alternate voting delegate to Nest. Jennifer Strong, being is hereby appointed town attorney under the current terms and conditions of employment. Jennifer Strong, being is hereby appointed second alternate affirmative action officer. Diane Terranova, being is hereby appointed registrar of vital statistics. Gail Wojowicz, being is hereby appointed account clerk, part-time, games of chance auditor. The bingo inspectors, do we have any changes from last year?
Michelle Hines.
Michelle Hines is new to our bingo inspectors. We have 3, and Gail is in charge of that. And Mary Jo Moynihan, being is hereby appointed town historian. Drug Abuse Council, William Gummel, Linda Miller, Ann Murphy. The IDA is going to consist of basically the same as it was last year. Grant Gazzoni, myself, Kevin Lemaster, Frank Lutz, Patrick Sportelli. Planning Board, Carlo Di Rienzo, being is hereby appointed chairman. And the only person up for renewal, is this the same person that was on before, or this is somebody new? This is the same person, yeah. Michael Reinhold is reappointed. Youth Board has numerous people on there that you work with the Youth Bureau. Any new people on there, do we know?
Not that I know of.
Okay. All right, the Zoning Board of Appeals, Robert Matthews being is hereby appointed Chairman, Zoning Board of Appeals for the period January 1, 2026 to December 31st, 2026. The rest of the new appointments for the Zoning Board will be in 2 weeks. We have quite a few people putting in at the last moment. We also have some information that went out to one of the individuals that said he couldn't be on 2 different boards, and it looks like he can. So we'll take care of that, the board will take care of that in the next couple of weeks, and we'll come up with the names for that. They have enough people to continue to operate right now. And be it further resolved that the town clerk give notice of the appointment of as informative action officer in a display advertisement in the official newspaper of the town in the form attached hereto and made a part thereof. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola,
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart,
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder,
Yes.
Councilmember Studley,
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 17, to be paid bi-weekly. This is available online. I'm not going to go through everyone specifically in here, but it covers the Assessment Review Board, the assessor, bingo games of chance. We give a certain amount of money for each of these people. Buildings, we have cleaners, maintenance, building inspection, code enforcement. There's the salaries in here for code enforcement. Council members receive $22,218.50. Court clerk, et cetera, court officers, town justices, dog control, disaster preparedness, highway administration, LIDA, secretary in the pilot building, parks, recreation, forestry, and building. Salaries are all listed in here, and if anybody wants this, you can get this online, or it's available in the town clerk's office. Planning board, $125 per meeting. Police, we got everything broken down in here. Senior center, same thing. Supervisor, I get paid, let's see, what do I get paid? $76,559, which is the same salary for 3 years. Town attorney, your salaries are in here. If you guys haven't seen them yet, that's your salary. Okay. Town clerk, all the salaries for the town clerk are in there. The youth bureau are in here. The tutors get slightly more usually than the other people involved. Planning board chairpersons, planning board members, zoning board, etc., register of vital statistics, the town clerk. Be it further resolved that the terms of this resolution shall supersede the relevant terms of any previously adopted resolution, policies, or practices to the contrary. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Resolution number 18, which is the last of the organizational pre-filed resolutions. Thought there'd be some applause for that. No. Okay. Whereas the town board of the town of Lancaster has determined that there is a need to establish a reimbursement policy in order to establish criteria for reimbursement of eligible expenses incurred by town departments, boards, committees, employees, and officers, whereas the town board has given due review and consideration to the adoption of the reimbursement policy and finds it to be in the best interest of the town to adopt said policy. Be it further resolved that the town board of the town of Lancaster hereby adopts the reimbursement policy. Be it further resolved that the town reimbursement policy shall be distributed to all town departments, offices, and elected officials and made readily available upon request by any government official. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. And now we're into the regular pre-filed resolutions for the regular meeting. Okay, resolution number 1, be it resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting of the town board held December 15, 2025 be and are hereby affirmed. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Resolution number 2, be it resolved that the following audited claims be and are hereby ordered paid from their respective accounts as per abstract to be filed in the office of the town clerk by the supervisor's office, to wit, check run number 0105-2026. The amount is for $496,658.74. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Councilmember Studley, number 3, please.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Honorable Board, I offer resolution number 3 for its adoption. Resolved that the following building permit applications be and are hereby reaffirmed. There are 6 in the village, 15 in the town. Now therefore be it resolved that the building permit applications herein coded CSW for conditional sidewalk waiver be and are hereby reaffirmed with a waiver of the town ordinance required for sidewalks. However, the waiver is granted upon the express condition that the town of Lancaster at any future date reserves the right to order sidewalk installation at the expense of the property owner.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Resolution number 4, whereas Bowmansville Volunteer Fire Association, Mill Grove Volunteer Fire Department, Town Line Volunteer Fire Department, and Twin District Volunteer Fire Company have entered into contracts with the town of Lancaster to furnish fire protection service of the town of Lancaster. Whereas a public hearing for the fire protection contract for the above-mentioned fire company was held this day, January 5th, 2026, pursuant to legal notice duly given. Now therefore be it resolved as follows, that in accordance with Section 184 of the town law of the state of New York, the town board of the town of Lancaster hereby determines its best interest of the public to enter in a fire protection contract with said fire companies effective January 1, 2026, upon the following general terms. Each fire company shall answer and attend upon all calls within the fire protection district and provide emergency first aid and rescue services as defined in Section 184 of the town law and Section 209 of the general municipal law in that territory described in said proposed contract. 2, for such services, the said fire company shall receive payment for 1 year commencing January 1, 2026 and terminating December 31st, 2026. Such other incidental terms as may be necessary or proper in connection with such fire protection contracts. 2, that the supervisor execute contracts with Bowmansville Mill Grove, Town Line, and Twin District Fire Departments. Do I have a second?
Second.
And on the question, these people do a great job for us. We're very happy to continue our contracts with the different fire departments and thank them very much for what they do. And on the roll.
Councilmember Anacola,
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart,
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder,
Yes.
Councilmember Studley,
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes, Councilmember Studley, number 5, please.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor and Honorable Board. I offer a resolution number 5 for adoption. Whereas a proposed local law number 1 of the year 2026, amending the Code of the Town of Lancaster, Chapter 350, Article 10, Vehicles and Traffic, was introduced to the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster on the 8th day of December. And whereas the Town Board, acting as lead agency under seeker, has determined the action as a type 2 action and has issued a negative declaration. And whereas the Town Board called for notice and held a public hearing on the proposed local law on December 15, 2025, where all interested parties were allowed to address the proposed local law. Now therefore be it resolved by the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster that local law number 1 of 2026 is hereby adopted. This can be viewed at the Lancaster Town Clerk's Office and at www.lancasterny.gov. Number 2, the local law shall be effective upon its filing with the Secretary of State pursuant to the Municipal Home Rule Law.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll. Oh, go ahead.
I do have a question.
Go ahead.
That I wanted to say also.
Go.
Go ahead.
So it is supposed to be, I brought this up to the Deputy Attorney ahead of time here, that it says the parking of vehicles is prohibited on the island side of the following cul-de-sacs. That's what this is for. It is supposed to be from November 15th to March 15th, not the entire year. It is to help with the plows so that they can get through and plow the cul-de-sacs. And it's also to help with the buses. I know that when it gets really inclement weather out there, some of the buses do have issues going through the cul-de-sacs as well. So it is just during the parking ban for the winter.
Okay, thank you for pointing that out. It is in there. I don't, what page was that?
It's not labeled.
Those pages aren't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is listed in there, but that does clarify it for anybody with any questions. Yeah, so thank you. Councilmember Schroeder also?
Yes, when the original resolution came out to, a resolution to put forth a public hearing, there was a lack of description as to what Chapter 350, Article 10 was. And I thought it was kind of misleading to the public if we were going to request public input for a public hearing, that the public, there wasn't even a sentence or a couple of sentences describing what Chapter 350, Article 10 was. So I don't feel that the public hearing was well attended, because I don't think that the public actually knew what the public hearing was about. They could certainly go to Diane's office and read it in her office, but they'd have to take off of work. For what? They don't know. So in that instance, I would like to ask that any further resolutions for public hearings include a sentence or two description about what the change in law or what the public hearing is about, so that the public can be so informed and show up at a public hearing to give their input, because I want to hear the public. I'm their conduit. That's what they elected me for.
Sure.
Mr. Supervisor, respectfully, there was the public hearing about this where this could have been brought up and we could have talked more about this. Also, the first resolution that introduced the public hearing, that this would have been a great opportunity to express that as well then, and we could have provided that information to our town attorney, who could have included that and made sure that got out there.
Okay. So again, I don't see any problem with that. The attorneys, if they could keep track of that. It listed the particular law, which would force people to go look at that particular law in the Lancaster town law. We did catch that. We did advertise on the town website that it was coming and let it be known in other ways that it was, what it was about as soon as we saw that. But we could be very specific in the resolutions as to what these things are for. Everybody agree with that? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we can do that. Thank you very much. And anybody else? Comments? No. And then on the roll.
Councilmember Anacola,
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart,
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder,
Yes.
Councilmember Studley,
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 6, whereas the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster has realized the need for an updated fee schedule, and whereas copies of the updated fee schedule will be available in the Town Clerk's office and online at www.lancasterny.gov, and whereas the Town Board has given due review and consideration to the adoption of the updated fee schedule and finds it to be in the best interest to adopt said schedule, now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster hereby adopts the fee schedule effective immediately. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola,
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart,
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder,
Yes.
Councilmember Studley,
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Councilmember Anacola, number 7, please.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor and Honorable Board. I am offering Resolution Number 7 for adoption, whereas the Town Line Volunteer Fire Department, by email received December 18, 2025, has requested the deletion of one member from the active roster of said fire association. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster hereby deletes from the membership of the Town Line Volunteer Fire Department the following individual. I don't know if I should even try to pronounce this name. Michael Drizados, D-Z-I-A-D-O-S-Z. The question of the adoption of the foregoing resolution was duly.
Okay. And I never screw up the name, so I'm kind of surprised.
I mean, that's a tough one to start out with.
That's why you
I
got
feel
it.
like that's rookie hazing right there.
Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola,
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart,
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder,
Yes.
Councilmember Studley,
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 8, whereas Jonathan Zeiters, Assistant Chief of Police for the Town of Lancaster, has recommended that the town enter into an agreement with Endeavor Health Services to provide behavioral health and crisis intervention services in the Town of Lancaster. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster hereby authorizes the Town Supervisor to execute on behalf of the Town of Lancaster the agreement with Endeavor Health Services as presented effective January 1, 2026, December 31st, through December 31st, 2026, with the automatic renewal for one additional year term unless terminated by the Town of Lancaster. Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola,
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart,
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder,
Yes.
Councilmember Studley,
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Councilmember Studley, numbers 9 through 11, please.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor and Honorable Board. I offer Resolution Number 9 for its adoption. Whereas a request for the renewal of the special use permit for Kenworth Northeast Group located on Pavement Road in Lancaster was received on December 4th, 2025, and inspected on December 8th, 2025. Whereas per the comments from Matthew Fischione, our code enforcement officer, a public hearing should be held to determine if the special use permit should be renewed due to repeated discrepancies of the state facility identification number and failure to obtain a fire code operational permit. Now therefore be it resolved, a public hearing on the proposed renewal of the special use permit for Kenworth Northeast Group on Pavement Road will be held at the Town Hall, 21 Central Avenue, Lancaster, New York, on the 20th day of January, 2026 at 7:05 p.m. And that notice of said time and place of such hearing shall be published in the official newspaper of circulation in said town and be posted on the town bulletin board, and that a copy of such notice of hearing be referred to the Erie County Department of Planning.
Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola,
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart,
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder,
Yes.
Councilmember Studley,
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes.
All right, and now I offer Resolution Number 10, whereas a request to revoke the special use permit of AC Power 14 LLC, Gunville Road, has been proposed by Code Enforcement Officer Matthew Fischione, and whereas per the comments from Matthew Fischione, a public hearing should be held to determine if the special use permit should be revoked due to the permit holder not complying with the conditions of the special use permit. Now therefore be it resolved, a public hearing to revoke the special use permit for AC Power 14 LLC will be held at Town Hall, 21 Central Avenue, on the 20th day of January, 2026, 7:05 PM local time, and everything I said for the previous resolution about notices is the same.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anicola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes.
And now I offer resolution number 11, whereas a request to revoke the special use permit for Take 5 oil change, Transit Road to Kew, has been proposed by the code enforcement officer. And whereas per the comments from the code enforcement officer, a public hearing should be held to determine if the special use permit should be revoked due to the permit holder not complying with the conditions of the special use permit. Now therefore be it resolved, a public hearing to revoke the special use permit for Take 5 oil change, Transit Road to Kew, will be held at Town Hall, 21 Central Avenue, the 20th day of January at 7:05 PM. Same notices as well.
Yeah, and do we have a second?
Second.
On the question, you can see we're catching up with certain entities that have not met the requirements for the special use permit, not got something in on time, et cetera. And from now on, we're going to be going after them to pretty much force them to come in compliance, or they will lose their special use permit. On the roll.
Councilmember Anicola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Resolution number 12, whereas Jennifer Strong, attorney for the town of Lancaster, has requested the creation of one additional deputy attorney position, part-time for the town of Lancaster. Now therefore be it resolved that the supervisor of the town of Lancaster be and is hereby authorized to complete and submit Form PO 17, new position duty statement for authorization by the County of Erie Department of Personnel to create one additional deputy attorney position, part-time for the town of Lancaster. Be it further resolved that the supervisor of the town of Lancaster shall be authorized to take all necessary action to implement the foregoing. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, on the question, this position is going to be an HR position. We felt it would be good to have an attorney doing that. Currently, the supervisor's office has an open HR position, so instead of filling it with an other individual, we're going to have an attorney handling that particular, those requirements. And on the roll.
Councilmember Anicola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Councilmember Studley, 13 through 15, please.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I offer resolution number 15. Whereas the town board held a public hearing on December 20th, 2021, upon the application of Salvatore's Italian Prime Restaurant for a special use permit to allow for the operation of a patio with seating for an outdoor dining area on the premises located at 6461 Transit Road. Whereas the special use permit was originally granted on January 3rd, 2022, and is now up for renewal, and whereas Matthew Fichione, code enforcement officer, has recommended the renewal of this special use permit for a 6-month probationary period, with the requirement of obtaining a level 1 alteration building permit for a laundry facility and town board approvals for the new tenant space for Shiki Bakery Cafe and Bake Shop. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board does hereby renew a special use permit to Salvatore's Italian Prime Restaurant to allow for the operation of a patio with seating for outdoor dining area on the premises upon the conditions as set forth in the zoning ordinance for the period beginning January 3rd, 2026 and ending July 2nd, 2026. Number 2, that the applicant will continue in compliance with conditions set forth in the general commercial supplementary regulations for LC and GC districts and special use permits, and to any additional conditions listed here if the applicant continues to engage in the occupation listed above on the premises namely. And then there are 3 additional permit for probationary 6-month. Permit is for a probationary 6-month period, and they need to resubmit by July 2nd, 2026. Applicant will provide a copy of the business's state federal tax employer ID number, and there should be no amplified sound transmitted to the outside seating area.
Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anicola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes.
Resolution 14, whereas the town board has previously held a public hearing pursuant to chapter 400 zoning, article 14, administration and enforcement, on the application of Donald D'Amato for a special use permit for a home occupation, firearm sales by Burke Firearms on premises located at 43 Green Meadow Drive, and the board issued such special use permit on January 2nd, 2018. Whereas Code Enforcement Officer Matt Fiscione has recommended the approval of this special use permit renewal be at the discretion of the town board per his letter dated December 22nd, 2025. Now therefore be it resolved as follows, that pursuant to Chapter 400 zoning, residential districts, home occupations, the town board does hereby grant renewal of the special use permit to Donald D'Amato for a home occupation on premises located at 43 Green Meadow Drive upon the terms and conditions as set forth in the zoning ordinance for the period beginning January 2nd, 2026 and ending January 1st, 2028. And that the applicant will continue in compliance with the conditions as set forth, home occupation, special use permits, as long as the applicant continues to engage in this home occupation on the premises and any additional conditions listed herein, namely, there are 7 original conditions.
Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes.
And number 15, whereas PM Peppermint Inc., located at 31 Peppermint Road, has applied for a dumping permit on November 24th, 2025 within the town of Lancaster, and whereas the application was referred to the building inspector and town engineer for a review and recommendation. Whereas the town engineer has completed his review of this application, and by memo dated December 2nd, 2025, the town engineer made a recommendation to the town board that the application should be denied until the required information on the application, line item 11 and 12, is submitted and reviewed. And whereas the building inspector has completed his review of this application and by letter dated December 1st, 2025, with a recommendation to the town board that verification with the DEC mining permit and/or reclamation plan is necessary to ensure the finished grade is appropriate and will not cause conflict with surrounding properties and watershed. Now therefore be resolved, PM Peppermint Inc. be and hereby denied authorization to dump and dispose of materials outside permitted sanitary landfills within the town of Lancaster. Said dumping will not be allowed by the applicant on the above referenced property. Be it further resolved that the supervisor of the town of Lancaster shall be authorized to take all necessary action to implement the foregoing.
Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Councilmember Burkhart, number 16 and 17, please.
Thank you, Mrs. Supervisor and Honorable Board. I'm offering Resolution 16 and 17 for adoption. Whereas by letter dated December 23rd, 2025, Michelle Barbaro, Deputy Highway Superintendent for the Town of Lancaster, has requested the Town Board approve expenditures for the 2 equipment repairs that can only be serviced by certified dealers with dealer-only parts. And whereas Parish Engine and Generator, State Route 233, Westmoreland, New York, will perform the repair of a Kubota industrial engine on a 2019 Freightliner ODB leaf vacuum in the amount of approximately $10,894.66. And whereas the above-mentioned repair will be paid for with funds from the highway budget line, truck and related equipment and repairs and maintenance. And whereas BFS Fleet Service, William Street, Buffalo, New York, will perform the repair on the 2011 International dump truck in the amount up to $15,000. And whereas the above-mentioned repair will be paid for with funds from highway budget passenger vehicles. Now therefore it be resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster hereby approves the expenditure of funds as requested by Michelle Barbaro, Deputy Highway Superintendent, for the requested equipment repairs for a total amount not to exceed $25,894.66.
Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes.
Resolution 17, whereas Michelle Barbaro, Deputy Highway Superintendent of the Town of Lancaster, by letter dated December 23rd, 2025, has requested the purchase of 2 new Grade A 40-foot high cube containers for the use by the Highway Department. And whereas the above reference containers are available from Kaminsky and Sons Truck Equipment, Lewis Street, Buffalo, New York, and will be purchased on Erie County bid 250100-004, which will eliminate the need for competitive bidding pursuant to Section 103 General Municipal Law, and whereas the cost per high cube container is $4,900 each, for a total cost of $9,800, which will be paid for from budget line other equipment. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster hereby approves the purchase of 2 new Grade A 40-foot high cube containers.
Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola,
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart,
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder,
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 18, whereas pursuant to Town Law, Section 6413, the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster can appropriate $500 per year to the Veterans of Foreign Wars, VFW, for the purpose of assisting to defray the maintenance cost of their meeting room. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster will appropriate $500 per year to the VFW located at 3741 Walden Avenue, Lancaster, New York, to help defray the meeting room cost, with this expenditure being paid for from budget line 001-7550-415, special events and celebrations. Do I have a second?
Second.
And on the question, this one is a little disturbing to me. The VFW NYSEG bill just about doubled from one year to the next, which was absolutely crazy. They don't bring in enough money to pay for it, so the town stepped up to the plate to see what we could do legally. We are really restricted as to what we can do, but we can give them $500, which will defray the cost pretty much for 1 month. It'll meet what they can afford and what the bill actually is, so that'll pay for it for 1 month for January. We gave them $500 in December. I'm sorry, that'll be for January, and then in February, they'll have another $500 to pay for that month. Luckily, our legislator, Frank Dodaro, has stepped up. He's coming up with $15,000 for the VFW, so that'll help them pay the NYSEG cost for the remainder of the year. We have called NYSEG 5 million times. They are reviewing everything in there. They promised us an additional review after a couple of months, so hopefully they get this thing back down to earth. However, with the mandates of the state of New York, along with whatever they charge for their services, it's getting pretty crazy around here. So we're trying to keep the VFW doors open, and because we really, really do not want to see them close. So we're going to try to help them in any way we can. On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola,
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart,
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder,
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Councilmember Studley, number 19, please.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor and Honorable Board. I offer Resolution 19 for its adoption, whereas David Forsyth III, 59 Sutphen Road, Bowmansville, has applied for a dumping permit on December 18, 2025, whereas the application was referred to the building inspector and town engineer for review and recommendation, whereas town engineer has completed his review of this application and by memo dated December 22nd, 2025, making a recommendation to the town board that the application should be denied until the required information is submitted, as the survey provided should show the location and grading around the existing residence to allow a determination if the grading is sufficient. Now therefore be it resolved, David Forsyth III, 59 Stuffman Road, be and is hereby denied authorization to dump and dispose of materials outside permitted sanitary landfills within the town of Lancaster. Said dumping will not be allowed by the applicant on the above referenced property, and be it further resolved that the county supervisor shall be authorized to take all necessary action to implement the foregoing.
Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola,
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart,
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder,
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 20, whereas due to the vacancy created by the retirement of Officer William Lauer in the Lancaster Police Department, William Gummel, Chief of Police for the town of Lancaster, by letter dated December 30th, 2025, has recommended the appointment of Molly Mahoney of Lancaster, New York, to the position of police officer in the town of Lancaster Police Department, whereas Molly is eligible for appointment to this position pursuant to the standards and procedures set forth in New York State Civil Service Law. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Molly is hereby appointed to the position of police officer in the Town of Lancaster Police Department effective January 19, 2026, contingent upon approval by Erie County Department of Personnel, and that such appointment shall be subject to all applicable provisions of the collective negotiations agreement between the Town of Lancaster and the Cayuga Club Police Benevolent Association and all applicable provisions of law. Be it further resolved that Molly Mahoney of Lancaster, New York is hereby appointed to the full-time position of police officer in the Town of Lancaster Police Department with a 52-week probationary period, salary as per the collective bargaining agreement with the Cayuga Club Police Benevolent Association, and be it further resolved that the supervisor of the Town of Lancaster shall be authorized to take all necessary action to implement the foregoing. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question, on the roll.
Councilmember Anicola,
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart,
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder,
Yes.
Councilmember Studley,
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes, Molly, are you here? Please stand up. Congratulations, Molly. Molly, what we're going to require you to do when we get done with everybody, we're going to take some pictures up here in the front, so you have something to remember and with your family. So we'll take some time for that. Welcome to the Lancaster Police Department. You're working for probably the finest chief in all of New York State. Does a great job, and we appreciate you stepping up.
Thank you.
Okay.
I really appreciate that.
Thank you. Resolution 21, whereas due to the vacancy created by the retirement of Lieutenant Michael Juniak in the Lancaster Police Department, William Gummel, Chief of Police for the Town of Lancaster, by letter dated December 30th, 2025, has recommended the appointment of Benjamin Indelaco of Lancaster, New York. Did I say that right?
Indelicato.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
I could have got that one.
I know. Anyways, by letter dated December 30th, 2025, I had it written down. The appointment of Benjamin of Lancaster, New York, to the position of police officer in the Town of Lancaster Police Department, and whereas Benjamin is eligible for appointment to this position pursuant to the standards and procedures set forth in New York State Civil Service Law, now therefore be it resolved that Benjamin is hereby appointed to the position of police officer in the Town of Lancaster Police Department effective January 19, 2026, contingent upon approval by Erie County Department of Personnel, and that such appointment shall be subject to all applicable provisions of the collective negotiations agreement between the Town of Lancaster and the Cayuga Club Police Benevolent Association and all applicable provisions of law. Be it further resolved that Benjamin of Lancaster, New York is hereby appointed to the full-time position of police officer in the Town of Lancaster Police Department with a 52-week probationary period, salary as per the collective bargaining agreement with the Cayuga Club Police Benevolent Association. Be it further resolved that the supervisor of the Town of Lancaster shall be authorized to take all necessary action to implement the foregoing. Do we have a second?
You did? Who did?
Who got it?
Melissa. Okay.
Melissa.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay. On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anicola,
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart,
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder,
Yes.
Councilmember Studley,
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Benjamin, are you here? Please stand up. Congratulations. Once again, let me reiterate, thank you very much for taking this big step to protect this town. We greatly appreciate everything that the police department does, so welcome on board. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, resolution number 22, whereas due to the vacancy created by the retirement of Detective Gary Stolt in the Lancaster Police Department, William Gummel, Chief of Police for the Town of Lancaster, by letter dated December 30th, 2025, has recommended the appointment of Riley Cowell of Lancaster, New York, to the position of police officer in the Town of Lancaster Police Department, and whereas Riley is eligible for appointment to this position pursuant to the standards and procedures set forth in New York State Civil Service Law, now therefore be it resolved that Riley is hereby appointed to the position of police officer in the Town of Lancaster Police Department effective January 19, 2026, contingent upon approval by Erie County Department of Personnel, and that such appointment shall be subject to all applicable provisions of the collective negotiations agreement between the Town of Lancaster and the Cayuga Club Police Benevolent Association and all applicable provisions of law. Be it further resolved that Riley of Lancaster, New York is hereby appointed to the full-time position of police officer in the Town of Lancaster Police Department with a 52-week probationary period salary as per the collective bargaining agreement with the Cayuga Club Police Benevolent Association. Be it further resolved that the supervisor of the Town of Lancaster shall be authorized to take all necessary action to implement the foregoing. Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question, on the roll.
Councilmember Anacola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Riley, are you here? Please stand up. Congratulations. Once again, welcome to the Lancaster Police Department. And again, we greatly appreciate you stepping up to serve this community and take care of us when we're home sleeping and you guys are out there doing what you do, protecting us. It's wonderful. So thank you very much. Welcome. Resolution number 23. We're going to finish up these resolutions, then we can take some pictures up front here, anybody who wants to. And we also have your oath cards, so the officers will be signing these this evening. Okay. Resolution number 23, whereas by email request on December 30th, 2025, Carmen Ciccarelli, Maintenance Crew Chief for the Town of Lancaster, has recommended the appointment of Justin Wilczak to the open position of Laborer Crew Chief in the Parks, Recreation, and Forestry Department. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Justin be and is hereby appointed to the position of Laborer Crew Chief in the Town of Lancaster Parks, Recreation, and Forestry Department effective January 6, 2026, at an hourly rate of $33.97 an hour, contingent upon approval by Erie County Department of Personnel, and that such appointment shall be subject to all applicable provisions of the collective negotiations agreement between the Town of Lancaster and the CSEA White Collar Union and all applicable provisions of law. Be it further resolved, this appointment is contingent upon appropriate paperwork filed with the Supervisor's Office, New York State required certifications, training programs, and completion of the town's policy acknowledgments. And be it further resolved that the Supervisor of the Town of Lancaster shall be authorized to take all necessary action to implement the foregoing. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Resolution number 24, whereas the Town of Lancaster is required under U.S. Department of Transportation rules as contained in 49 CFR Parts 40, 382, 391, 392, and 395, to have employees enrolled in a random drug alcohol testing program, and whereas by resolution adopted December 4th, 2017, the town contracted with on-site employee testing to provide the drug and alcohol testing of town employees, and whereas the contract is up for renewal according to the terms and conditions contained therein, and whereas on-site employee testing has submitted an agreement along with the required proof of insurance to the town. And wait a minute, let's stop for a second. Is Justin here tonight?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I am so sorry, Justin. Where are you at? Congratulations, Justin. Thank you for moving up as well within the department. We appreciate that as well. And I'm sorry, my mind just takes a little bit longer as I get older. Thank you, sir. Okay. All right, where were we, Diane? So,
Now therefore be it.
there we go.
No.
Cut right to the chase.
Be it further resolved.
Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the Town of Lancaster hereby authorizes the supervisor to execute the contract with on-site employee testing for the term January 1, 2026, December 31st. Be it further resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized to execute the DOT program sheet provided by on-site employee testing with their contract. Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola?
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes, we do have to read these communications, which is the next part of the meeting, and then after that, we can take some pictures. Just bear with me. Communication number 1, planning and zoning, as is number 2. 3 and 4 received and filed, as is 5. 6, planning and zoning. 7, planning and zoning. 8, planning and zoning. 9, planning and zoning, as is 10. 11 and 12 received and filed. 13 received and filed. 14, planning and zoning. 15 received and filed. 16, resolution on 1-5 tonight. 17, planning and zoning committee. Town Clerk, 18, Planning and Zoning Committee, 19, Resolution tonight, 20, Resolution tonight, 21, Resolution tonight, 22, Planning and Zoning Committee, and the Town Attorney, 23, Code Enforcement, 24, Planning and Zoning, 25, Resolution tonight, 26 is a resolution tonight, 27 is also a resolution tonight, 28, received and filed, 29, received and filed, 30, Planning and Zoning and Code Enforcement, 31, received and filed, 32, resolution tonight, as is 33 and 34, 35, received and filed, 36, resolution tonight, 37, received and filed, 38, received and filed. Okay. Is there anybody here who wants, it's a time where anybody here can address the town board on any particular matter that they want to. It's the same procedures as previous. Raise your hand, come up here, give your name and address, speak directly to the town members, and speak once for 5 minutes or less. Anybody have to address any other issues that we haven't already covered? Yes, sir. There's always one. Oh, wait, this is ours.
30 seconds.
Okay.
30 seconds.
Denied.
I'll tell you guys, earlier Thursday, we are having our check presentation for our neighborhood at the VFW Post 630. We raised over $125,000. So anyone wants to come, you're more than welcome.
Who is that? Stony Brook Lights
Stony Brook Lights, Sleep in Heavenly Pieces, who we're donating to.
at 125?
Over 125.
Over.
Yeah.
And then take pictures. Executive session, then do that, and then...
Why don't we do the pictures, then we'll do
Okay.
We're going to be going into an executive session. Yeah, we'll do that first, but before we go into that, we'll take the pictures and everything, so let me just go through this. Can I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
And on the roll.
Councilmember Anicola?
Yes.
Councilmember Rickhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Studley?
Yes.
Supervisor Leary?
Yes. Okay. Before we do that, if you guys want to come up, get some pictures in front of the seal and whatnot. Oh, with the police chief. And the town board.
Stand up. Ah, very good.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. I'm scared, Mark. You're allowed to be in the picture. Oh, this way. I just want to. Yeah, now you can call us.
No, Tom, where you going?
What are you doing? Are you getting a picture? Okay.
Okay, anybody else? All right. Now, when we go into executive session, you guys can use all right?
And everybody, see the town clerk over here, she's got to give you your oath of office cards. Oh.
Right here. Okay, Molly Mahoney, Benjamin Indelicato, Riley Cole, do solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of police officer according to the best of your ability. Okay.
Nobody will get in trouble.
Molly?
No one's gonna get
This is a little, kind of weird here, but by the X, please sign.
The recording.
And letters that are coming to your house with the copies of resolution.
I'm like looking every which way. How you doing? Good, how are you? Good to see you. Yes, good to see you.
Yes, thank you.
I feel like I haven't seen anybody in like a month. My daughter had the flu. So that's why I can't.
Congratulations.
Sorry, we're getting yelled at.
Yeah, everybody's sorry. All right, you guys want to get fresh sick for Christmas?
No, thankfully it was the week before, but it was a long 3 weeks off. Right?
Great kid, but they just...
Come on in. I take mine in.
Special operation video? Yeah, it's a selection process. It's a good situation. Yeah. I ran that training. It's all done.
Mary, I want to take a picture. I didn't get one of you guys. You know what? Just send it to me. Just send it. Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Yeah, of course. Thanks for coming.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
What a crew, what a crew. That's scary.
Lord, help Lancaster. Wait, the spider.
Hold on. One more.
Thank you.
Congrats, Mom.
Someone get a picture of all your
Academy, yeah.
Well, they said I could graduate. I told them they could
Oh, really?
So we're done.
Hello?
Last one.
What'd you say? I know, right, because it didn't take it. I've been here too long. There's sure.
Thanks for the opportunity. Good. I like it. Last year. Yeah, but I do good with it. I'm seeing you guys all on the road. Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's all changed. Yeah. There was 4 other road guys that I grew up. It's like they just changed like that. Right? That's great. Pleasure. Yeah, we haven't had sex in thousands, you know, it was crazy. I've been fortunate since it took over.
Well, they both were, she had it.
I almost wanted to stand up today and talk about the hotels and the whole bunch of hotels and they call it police. It is, right, it is.
Thank you. Which I'm happy about, but you think it's expensive. But this, she lived like next door.
It's true. I do them all.
No, just, some residents trying to, I live with transit, I got tested, the doctors, it was flu A. I go to testing. And like, my kid had a sinus infection, so I should have to work, I went back to the doctors to get antibiotics.
Good luck with it.
It was pretty bad. the new year, so I couldn't pick it up. The pharmacies are all closed. And then like by that point, they say,
Yes.
there's no point in it. I still picked it up and I ended up getting these bad pictures. Yeah, true. Yeah. Except now it's actually you feel a little off, like just get here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
So
but
Casey had it before Christmas, but they gave her an albuterol inhaler. Steroid.
That's what I hear. Yeah, my doctor was sure, looks right, nothing else for it. I was like, oh, yeah, it's your healthy. Like, yeah, I want something. I'm here, I was there for an hour. I don't care that you just asked me, like, I would have done that on my own.
Right, I'm here for the best.
Yeah.
The week before we were off.
Yeah. Yeah, both times.
You know? I called and said, you know, I'm pretty sure I have sinus employed. Can you come in? Just like church. Yes. Just like church. Well, that's people. That's us.
It's okay to lie, share.
Bye, we'll see you.
See you later.
2 days. Well, you can still come in. It was a long meeting, 2 days. There was
What's that?
Right.